All right. Hi everyone. Welcome back to The Woman Next Door. I am Anukriti with Mother's Day around the corner. Today I have chosen a topic which is beyond the celebrated facets of a motherhood. It's something that doesn't come in Instagram pictures. It's something that most women go through quietly in different forms. We are going to be talking about postpartum depression today. I want to introduce you to the guest today. Hi, Sudarshana. Welcome to the Women Next Door. Sudarshana is a longtime friend. She has also been my guide through my own motherhood journey. But today, I am not going to be talking with Sudarshana as a friend. Today, we are going to be talking to her as a guest who is going to be sharing her experience of going through postpartum depression and coming on the other side of it. Sudarshana, again, welcome to the show. And let me just say, you are very, very brave. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
So I'll just start with when you got pregnant, Sudarshana. How was that feeling like?
Honestly, I was super anxious. We wanted to have a child, and we had two losses before this pregnancy. And so when the test came positive, I was happy, but I was super scared. I was super anxious throughout the pregnancy. पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है. At least till the time I started feeling his kicks. तब तक तो I was like, I don't know what is happening inside, right? I used to always feel there should have been a video cam or something wherein I get to see the baby continuously and everything is going fine. And we had a difficult pregnancy. हमेशा ऐसा लगता था कि जब ये बच्चा बाहर आ जाएगा मैं किसी के हाथ में दे दूंगी and I'll be like my job is done. So yeah. By the way, it didn't happen that way.
Yeah. Yes, yes. How was it when your son was actually born? Was it something that you had expected, or was it completely different and new?
So I sort of had seen my poor sister like giving birth, and I had sort of closely seen how things worked out. You know, the long nights and the stress with the kids' weight and all of that.
Yeah.
But so I was mentally prepared that okay, ये होगा. But
Yeah.
unless and until you actually cross the bridge, you are never really prepared.
Yeah.
It's like how much ever you study, that the day you are handed over the question paper, you realize, okay, what is happening? So it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
exactly like that. So everybody has different problems, right? Like I had latching issues and all of that.
yeah,
So it is different with everybody.
yeah.
Like unless you cross it, you really don't know how much ever mentally prepared you are.
Also, talk me through your initial 90 days of a post-delivery period. How was that like? I am assuming at that point you were not aware of the postpartum depression
I
diagnosis.
was aware. I was
Okay.
aware
Okay.
because I have had previous depressive history.
Okay.
So I was in one of the zones of for people who would be very likely to get PPD.
Okay.
Okay, and because I also had a very stressful pregnancy, the likelihood of having PPD was very, very high for me. So it was not like I was unaware. But what had happened is, see, when my kid was born, initially I had low supply, all of that. We had to give him
Yeah.
formula,
Yeah.
and he was having cow milk protein allergy. So he used to be super colic, and I genuinely tried to wean him off formula. So that process was very difficult. He used to latch on me for hours together. Like, I hardly took any massage. I used to be like, oh, let me sleep for
The
half an hour.
japa. Yeah. Yeah.
So I used to like, it was इतना ऐसे था कि मन कुछ नहीं है like that.
You were doing
I used to
everything for the baby's nourishment, his
even when I
nutrition,
used to
his
sleep, I
sleep.
used to think, please, like my body, I used to tell myself, ki, please give good supply. A baby needs it, and
Yeah.
all of that. It was
Yeah.
purely I was focused on that part.
Yeah.
And then he used to latch for like hours together. Like कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. And I was confused. While my mother was there, she had other commitments. मतलब मुझे ऐसे लगता था कि वो बैठ ही रहे बेड के कॉर्नर पे मेरे साथ में.
Yeah.
अब वो practically it's not possible for a human being to actually do that,
Yeah.
but I used to feel that kind of, okay, I need someone, like I need someone to be there the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was It was kind of that. And then we went to Nasik, to my husband's hometown. And after, I think that was around when Abhi was 2 months old or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I think things were sorted between me and my baby. At least I was able to take care of him fully.
Yeah. 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 There's a lot of importance that is given to the baby and the baby's well-being. Like, nobody tells
Yeah.
us that we need to take care of ourselves first. What do you want to say about that?
Everybody is like extremely focused on the child,
Yeah.
right? And everybody will keep on talking about his sleep, his feeding, his growth. I remember one thing, whenever we used to take him to his doctor, no, his doctor was one who used to first thing ask me, Sudarshana, how
How
are
are
you
you
doing?
doing?
He would ask me. And that used to feel like, oh, somebody is at least asking about me, how I am doing. But otherwise, everybody will like assume, ki, okay, and we can
Yeah.
manage.
Yeah.
But I mean, my entire organs have shifted, and I can feel that space. You must have also
Yeah.
felt it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's like a hollow.
Feel
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
to that level, the body has taken a toll, and nobody really thinks about all of that. I mean,
Yeah. When you went to your husband's hometown, there, I'm assuming you had more help. How were you doing?
actually, mentally, I did much better there because I had more people around me to talk
Yeah.
about different things other than the
Yeah.
kid,
Yeah.
right? I also had like a proper help whom I was able to trust because she had taken care of my co-sister's son. We had tried to have a nanny before in Bangalore when we were in Bangalore,
Okay.
but didn't really work out. I was not able to trust. She bumped his head on the jhula rod and I freaked out. And it was like, then I was like, "Yeah, I don't want anybody. I can't trust him with anyone other than family members."
Yeah.
But when we went to Nasik,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
rolled very so. He
Yeah.
used to play, he used to giggle. All
Yeah.
of that started happening when we shifted there. So I think that was a very good move, to get out of this environment that I was
Yeah.
in after the delivery.
Okay. Uh, when did you feel the most alone in your motherhood journey? Walk me through how did you realize that now you need to help?
So most of the times, like I used to feel alone more when I was in Bangalore compared to Nasik.
Okay.
But even there, I used to feel alone uh, because I felt like nobody understood me.
Yeah.
I was probably expecting more from my husband.
Yeah.
He has his own startup. He had to juggle between hometown and Bangalore. He used to be here for a lot of time and he used to be alone over there. And, I was sort of expecting more and I was not getting it. So I was feeling very lonely. I used to feel very lonely, specifically in the evenings. I never had like crying spells or anything. I used to get rage. I had a lot of rage in the first month, and I had a lot of rage throughout the first year. But first month was like another level of rage I used to have. Like
Yeah.
pin drop, I would like burst into anger.
Yeah.
And I used to had this feeling like he kept on like feeding for hours together. I used to feel like he's doing it on purpose. When my husband used to say that he's so small, you should understand he won't do it on purpose. I used to be like, oh, somebody should be on my side also, right? Somebody
Yeah.
should see that I'm going through so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was how it was overall. Emotionally, I used to feel very low. And in the daytime, because people used to be around when I was in my like in-laws place, I used to feel fine. In the evenings, थोड़ा सा मेरे को फिर वो हो जाता था. And in the night feedings and all, I used to feel pretty alone at that time.
Yeah.
And what actually made me think that I need help is basically I started getting scared of the kind of thoughts I was having about me and my kid and everything. So then I knew that okay, this is not the right thing to do. By God's grace, I was able to take that step back and
Wow.
look at it from an angle thinking that, okay, yes, this is not right and I don't want to continue living like this.
Yeah.
So that was probably the point when I actually, reached out to my therapist saying, hey, I need help.
Yeah.
I can't go on like this. And yeah, that's how it started basically.
Okay. And what were the steps that you had taken?
I directly called my therapist.
Okay. Yeah.
I called her and I told her, because see, I had a system in place because of my earlier episodes of depression and all. I knew whom to reach out to. I
Yeah.
was not sure whether they were the right people to reach out to for PPD. With every doctor, they
Specializes.
have their own specializations. Yeah. But at least in terms of therapy, I was sure that okay, I am very comfortable with my therapist and I knew that she'll understand. So first thing I did was I reached out to her. She told me to reach out to the doctor, the psychiatrist, and then we reached out to her. There, I think I was told to take medicines, but I was also told to that it might go through the milk to the baby, and I was adamant on that fact कि ये तो नहीं हो रहा है. And I did not take medicine. Now I might be wrong in doing that. Probably I would have recovered sooner if I would have given it a shot. So there, no, I was not guided. I think, like, not to blame her, but I think somebody else, or probably my gynecologist, could have suggested somebody who treats these kind of patients,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that did not happen. But then, what I did is I continued therapy. Like I used to do on every week, even if there is nothing to talk, even if things are going fine, I would like still have a session.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is the kind of thing. And I was still depressed in spite of all of that. I was just floating. When he weaned off by 2.5 years, then I actually, started taking medicines.
That's also a very long time, Sudarshana.
That's what I'm saying. I should not have probably done that. I don't know. Maybe I could have taken medicines earlier, but I was not sure. And, that was basically the call I took. So then later, and as he grew, I used to read a lot of parenting books. I used to keep myself engaged into something, looking
Distracted.
for
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
वैसे. So then the focus shifted, and then he. I think one change that happened in my husband was when Abir was, I think, around 18 months.
Okay.
He himself started telling, and
That I
like,
need to use the washroom. Yeah.
so he realized, oh, my wife is actually doing a lot to raise him in a proper way, and I should support. I think that was something that snapped in him.
Um, all I can say is it was new for him as well. And
Actually, nobody talks about it, but he himself went through postpartum depression. He was diagnosed. It was just that from I was drowning myself that I couldn't see, he was also equally drowning.
struggling. Tell me your journey through therapy to come out of postpartum depression. So you initially took therapy. You mentioned about going to a psychiatrist, and then that followed with once the baby was weaned off, you started on medicines. Walk me through the change that you have seen in yourself after you've started all of these system put together towards recovery.
Once the therapy started and probably post that, the way Abir was developing, I started getting those, positive um, feedback in terms of my own positivity. I used to feel that, oh, he's doing so good. Whatever
Yeah.
efforts I'm putting out,
There's an output.
so that gave me that strength, in going through, like pushing myself through.
Yeah.
I was extremely stressed at that time because of work also. And then after starting medicines, I was in that state of mind where I could think that this is not something that I would want to go forward with.
Sudarshana, walk me through your recovery journey. How does life look now after the therapy, after the medicines, and after the help that you have sought on postpartum depression? How are you doing today? How is your relationship with your child? with your husband, how is it overall for you on the other side?
So now at least I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. It is not as dark as it used to be. Okay, it's still a process, and I think it is something that will go on for a quite long period of time. There are other issues also, deep-seated issues also, in which I should be working on in terms of having like to have a good relationship with my child and my husband.
Yeah.
I am much more confident now. I know what I'm doing. I am much at peace with who I am. And, as a mother, I think it really changes, the way your child also reacts. So,
Yeah.
one thing my therapist has one told me is that, whenever I used to be upset and all, he used to be more clingy. That used to trigger me even more. So, she said that, have you ever thought about it that he's sensing it in his own ways? He's trying to help you
Yeah, he's comforting you. Yeah.
in his
Oh.
own ways. Now I've started doing that. I will tell my husband, I want to reset my day.
Yeah.
Sometimes mornings are very bad and then you feel like everything is going off. Then I'll be like, I need 5 minutes. I want to reset my day. So I will go, I'll sit in a room. He will take over. I think one thing that really clicked, I used to feel why does he do that? I mean, if I am upset, visibly you can see that I am upset. And he'll trigger me even more. That was his way of,
Trying to make you feel better. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was actually kids also sense it. And I used to feel sometimes he used to ask me, are you angry on me? Then I started realizing, why is he asking me this?
Yeah.
Then one time I asked him, why do you ask me this? I said, he said, you are very silent. And so then I said, this is my thinking phase, I am thinking about some work related thing. If I'm angry at you, I will come and tell you that I am angry, Abhi. You need not keep on worrying about my emotional.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's very small to understand that
Yeah.
for now. But
Yeah.
I still tell him that, he is not responsible for my emotions.
Happiness, your peace. Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
been grown in a family where, I used to feel that I am responsible for everybody's emotions.
Yeah.
And you keep on walking around eggshells in the past. That's not the kind of house I want to give him.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
these are small things that are there in this recovery wherein I'm learning to. I will hear like speaking things that my mother is to tell me or my father is to tell me.
Yeah.
Uh, the typical hota hai.
Unknowingly, unconsciously.
हाँ. So I tend to take a step back now, or I realize if it is too much, if something triggers me too much, then I go and talk to the therapist saying, this triggers me a lot, and
Yeah.
it's my problem, not his.
Yeah.
So that is like it's still something that I am working on.
And
And
how
now I
has
think
your relationship with your husband changed since
it
therapy?
has also changed quite a lot. Like, we have stopped bickering. We work as a team. When I'm upset, either I tell him or he will realize that, he needs to step in.
Yeah.
There are no designated things that he has to do every day for
Yeah.
the kid.
Yeah.
We have accepted that it's never going to be equal because
Yeah.
he has a startup and for him it's practically not possible to,
Yeah.
give.
Yeah.
But then I was able to take that step of, changing my job, switching my career to nutrition, something that I really like,
Yeah.
and I am able to do that because he is like focusing on work. So that kind of balance is now coming, wherein he will step only when I need it. So a lot of time without even asking, हो
He'll
जाता है अब.
understand the cues. Yes.
हाँ, हाँ. That is happening now. I think he is also coming back to his own. He's, yeah,
Normal routine. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
there is a sense of stability now, and I am somebody who thrives in routine and stability. So I feel okay. This is like now I'm feeling much better, much in control of how things are going.
And Sudarshana, so through your experience and your own recovery and the journey of 3.5 years that you have taken into motherhood so far, what is the one or two things that you want to advise to new mothers or mothers who might be undergoing a lot of emotions, feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and maybe silently suffering with postpartum depression? What are some of the things that they should look out for, or their partners should look out for, or whoever is the secondary support in the house should look out for, and then perhaps reach out for help. Um, what do you want to suggest to those women?
One is any sign. Any sign, if you feel that this person is not behaving the way they were behaving earlier,
Yeah,
not their normal self,
yeah,
you should definitely go to a therapist.
yeah,
Now, whether there is actually something or it's not is something that the therapist will decide. They might take a there are tests also to actually judge whether you are really going through something or not. So they will send you to the proper channel and you'll be able to figure out what is happening. But the only thing is don't brush it off. Like don't just say ki it's baby blues, ho jata hai, all of that. No, there is no point in doing that because the downside of you suffering is a lot compared to the downside of going to a doctor.
yeah. The efforts that you need to, or the
Correct.
guts to accept first, acknowledge
Huh.
it, and then seek help.
And basically, see, in my case, no, like I had decided I don't want to live like this. If you are feeling that this is not right, no, you are a responsible adult. You should take action on your own. You should
Yeah,
just go and search for help. If
yeah,
nobody else is in the house is not able to provide that help, you are responsible enough, and you should go and do that for yourself.
yeah, yeah.
अभी जैसे मेरा क्या हुआ कि फर्स्ट 3 months में while I already knew that I might be having, I was so into that feeding cycle, this that ये वो,
You don't
that
have the time to focus on yourself. That's,
exactly.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was not really crying also. People will keep saying, oh, doctors will say, see if she's crying a lot, see if she's acting a little off and all of that. Honestly, nobody is really like they don't have the tools to really engage like husbands or maybe mothers or anyone to understand whether you are really going through something. So if you have a doubt, थोड़ा सा भी हल्का सा भी doubt है, you should definitely go and search for some help.
yeah,
And it's always good to have a therapist, someone who talks to you, someone who's able to give you a different perspective, tools of, helping yourself.
yeah, yeah,
What your personal talk should be with your self talk. क्या
yeah,
हो रहा है? They help you with that.
yeah,
So even if you have like 0.5% of doubt that something is wrong, you should not wait.
yeah, yeah.
You should, like, that's the
That's so right. I myself take therapy to juggle with, motherhood, my relationship with my husband, my relationship with myself, with a new life. It's a new thing altogether. I actively advocate for seeking out help. Postpartum depression. In Indian society, always brushed off under the carpet by saying that it can be mood swings or it can be
hormonal.
hormonal ups and downs. But like you said, for you, it might have been rage. For someone else, it would have been crying. For
Something
someone else, it
different.
would be
Yeah.
just a place of
Numbness.
hollowness, blankness, numbness. So, my takeaway from this conversation with you is that it can be anything in that range, and it can be different for different people. Some people might be functioning completely perfectly and still be undergoing postpartum depression.
Yeah.
So yeah, so please look out for
Yourself.
yourself. But look out for yourself, find time for yourself. Like Sudarshana suggested, have self talks. Is this something which you think is going normal for you? Is this something that you would have liked for yourself? And seek support shamelessly. Go to your gynec, they would also give some referrals. Yeah. So just do whatever is required to make you feel better. And never let your ego come in your way of reaching out for
Not
help.
only ego.
I just want to share one more thing with the listeners before we wrap up the show, is that I reached out to Sudarshana because she's nutritionist. So I reached out to her to do an episode on nutrition for mothers and for infants and toddlers. That was my preliminary contact. But she was brave, and she told me that I have gone through postpartum depression, and people don't talk about it often, and I want you to feature this journey of mine, and I want more mothers to be aware of it, and seek help if they need to. So you were so gracious about it, Sudarshana, and so brave. So thank you so much. It was a lovely session, and I am sure people will benefit from it, Sudarshana. Take care. Thank you.
Bye.